Het station dat je verrast. Voor jou.
Sla nu je slag. Pendigreen make you happy. Meer genieten van jouw tuin. Jouw droomoverkapping is nu binnen handbereik.
Voor de snelle beslisser nu 25% korting. Gratis binnen 15 minuten een scherpe offerte. Inspiratie opdoen? Bezoek de showroom of kijk op onze website trendygreen.nl. Gevestigd aan de Saturnusstraat 1. We zijn geopend van maandag tot en met zaterdag van 10 tot 17:30. Trendy Green make you happy.
Nu 25% korting.
Radio SKS is een dienstverlenend radiostation voor de samenleving in Nederland en ver daarbuiten. Radio SKS richt zich voornamelijk op etnische minderheden. Radio SKS zal zich vooral richten op het verspreiden van informatie over gemeentelijke instellingen. Daarnaast zendt Radio SKS het Nederlandse nieuws uit in een aantal buitenlandse talen. Uiteraard ontbreken de amusementsprogramma's ook niet. Al deze programma's worden bedacht en gemaakt door vrijwilligers uit verschillende allochtone groepen. Wij zijn vrijwilligers en wij werken uitsluitend met vrijwilligers. Daarom zijn wij op zoek naar enthousiaste mensen die graag een bijdrage willen leveren aan het succes van Radio SKS. Ervaring met radiomaken is nuttig, maar niet echt een noodzaak. Kortom, wij zoeken vrijwilligers. Informatie 036 545 1763 of 06 467 47293. Radio SKS.
क्या खूब लगती हो, बड़ी सुंदर दिखती हो, क्या खूब लगती हो, बड़ी सुंदर दिखती हो.
Are you ready to be the next Miss Indian Beauty? Roma Wedding Styling presents Miss Indian Beauty Pageant 2024. Op 25 juni aanstaande is de auditie voor de eerste Miss Teen Indian Beauty Pageant verkiezing. Leeftijd 15 tot 18 jaar in Almere.
De auditie voor Miss Indian Beauty Pageant 18 tot 28 jaar zal plaatsvinden op zondag 2 juli en aanstaande en tevens in Almere. De wedstrijd is toegankelijk voor meisjes en vrouwen waarvan minstens 1 biologische ouder van Indiase-Hindoestaanse afkomst is. Ook moeten de deelnemers de Nederlandse nationaliteit hebben, geen kinderen hebben en ongehuwd zijn.
Aanmelden kan per direct. U kunt ook bellen op 06 848 52349. Mailen info@, romawedingstyling.nl. Webadres romawedingstyling.nl. Miss Verkiezing.
Inschrijfgeld en administratiekosten bedragen €25 per persoon.
Are you ready to be the next Miss Indian Beauty? Roma Wedding Styling presents Miss Indian Beauty Pageant 2024.
The future, the next generation. We are the hottest, the latest sensation. No Monday, no Sunday. Every day's fun day.
It's your choice, it's your stream. SKS.
Trendy Green make you happy. Meer genieten van jouw tuin. Jouw droomoverkapping is nu binnen handbereik. Trendy Green make you happy. Heerlijk in je eigen thuis zitten. Alle 4 seizoenen plezier van buiten. Trendy Green make you happy.
Zon, regen, sneeuw of wind. Trendy Green overkappingen zijn bestand tegen alle weersomstandigheden.
Wat zeg je me nou?
Jawel, ze zijn gemaakt van hoogwaardig en duurzaam materiaal dat bijna onderhoudsvrij is. Zo kun jij zonder zorgen jarenlang dag in en dag uit genieten van Trendy Green overkappingen.
Trendy Green. Trendy Green make you happy. Inspiratie opdoen? Bezoek de showroom of kijk op onze website trendygreen.nl.
Of vraag ook snel online een offerte aan trendygreen.nl. Gratis binnen 15 minuten een scherpe offerte, gevestigd aan de Saturnusstraat 1 te Almere. Wij zijn geopend van maandag tot en met zaterdag van 10 uur tot 17:30.
Trendy Green make you happy. Meer genieten van jouw tuin. Jouw droomoverkappingen is nu binnen handbereik. Trendy Green, make you happy.
U kunt natuurlijk huis aan huis in aanbellen. De hele dag kriskras rondrijden met een megafoonwagen. Maar als u echt effectief met uw bedrijf wilt adverteren, dan kiest u voor reclame op
Radio
voor het vergroten
SKS.
van uw naamsbekendheid of het aankondigen van een speciale actie. Want met meer dan 140.000 inwoners, u hoort dit spotje nu toch ook? Adverteren op
Radio SKS.
dat werkt.
Sereya Bacchu present Baitha Gana songs by Johnny Bacchu. Volume number 4.
रोरी जय अपना हरि संग प्यार हरि संग प्यार
12 prachtige mooie Baitha Gana te verkrijgen bij Paul Klugeraan nummer 103 Den Haag. Verkrijgbaar ook bij Radio SKS Mickey Mouse-straat 59 te Almere. Bel met 06 398 92855. Studio 036 52 50 898. Sriya Bacchu present Baitha Gana songs by Johnny Bacchu.
लाल दशरथ की मुकद्दर हो तो वैसा हो
Verkoopadres Paul Kurgelaan 103 Den Haag. Almere Radio SKS aan de Mickey Mouse-straat 59. Bel met 06 398.
Met het NOS-journaal. Papierfabriek De Hoop in Eerbeek in Gelderland gaat na ruim 350 jaar sluiten. Volgens de Finse eigenaar is de sluiting noodzakelijk vanwege overcapaciteit in Europa. De sluiting betekent dat 185 medewerkers hun baan kwijtraken. De Hoop produceert ieder jaar 380.000 ton papier voor bijvoorbeeld golfkarton. Volgens de vakbonden heeft de fabriek altijd goed gedraaid en slaat de sluiting nergens op. Ze willen dat de fabriek wordt overgenomen. Het Verenigd Koninkrijk, de VS, Denemarken en Nederland hebben de aanschaf bekendgemaakt van honderden luchtdoelraketten voor Oekraïne. Het zijn raketten voor de korte en middellange afstand, zegt de Britse regering. Voor de aanschaf is een speciaal fonds opgericht. De raketten kunnen voor offensieve acties worden gebruikt, maar ook voor de bescherming van vitale infrastructuur. Een deel van de raketten is al geleverd. De rest volgt binnen een paar weken. President Zelensky van Oekraïne heeft de Zwitsers gevraagd om de levering van Zwitserse wapens en munitie door andere landen aan Oekraïne toe te staan. Nederland en Duitsland willen tweedehands Leopard 2 tanks kopen in Zwitserland en die vervolgens aan Oekraïne leveren. De Zwitserse regering staat dat niet toe, omdat Zwitserland zich bij gewapende conflicten altijd neutraal opstelt. Zelensky noemde de levering van wapens en munitie cruciaal om de vrede te kunnen herstellen. In Apeldoorn woedt een grote brand in 4 appartementen boven een supermarkt. Het vuur ontstond in een van de woningen en breidde zich later uit naar de andere appartementen. De brandweer heeft het vuur inmiddels onder controle en vanwege de warmte zijn er extra hulpverleners opgeroepen. De omgeving is afgezet, 8 woningen en de supermarkt zijn ontruimd. Het weer, vanavond lost de bewolking op en de nacht verloopt dan helder met minima rond 13 graden. Morgen wordt een zonovergoten zomerdag. Het wordt 21 graden op de Wadden tot 28 in Brabant. Dit was het NOS Journaal.
Dankjewel Clemens. Welkom bij de...
The latest sensation. No Monday, no Sunday. Every day's fun day.
It's your choice, it's your stream. SKS.
Radio SKS, meer dan een muziek alleen. Yes, we can.
Bij RadioSKs, ja, dat kan. Slimmer adverteren bestaat niet. Een banner bij RadioSKs betekent, uw site of bedrijfsnaam wordt vele duizenden keren per dag gezien door een multicultureel publiek.
Kuli Japanese Chinese Blakaman, Radio SKS is voor ons allemaal.
Direct resultaat, meer bekendheid en meer bezoekers op uw site. Flexibele plaatsingsmogelijkheden voor een vast maandbedrag. Zeer betaalbaar, al vanaf €90 per maand met opstartkosten van €25. Contractduur minimaal 3 maanden. U steunt ons initiatief En zo kunnen wij de site en het radiostation blijven ontwikkelen. Informatie algemeen telefoonnummer 036 545 1763. Ria Mandjes 036 53 29 43 4. Telefoon 06 398 928 en 855. E-mail RadioSKsApenstaartje-live.nl.
Radio SKS, meer dan een muziek alleen. Yes, we can. Bij Radio SKS. Ja, dat kan. Slimmer adverteren. Bestaat niet. Sla nu je slag. Pendigreen make you happy. Meer genieten van jouw tuin. Jouw droomoverkapping is nu binnen handbereik.
Voor de snelle beslisser nu 25% korting. Gratis binnen 15 minuten een scherpe offerte. Inspiratie opdoen? Bezoek de showroom of kijk op onze website trendygreen.nl. Gevestigd aan de Steurstraat 1. We zijn geopend van maandag tot en met zaterdag van 10 tot 17:30. Trendy Green make you happy.
Nu 25% korting. Roma Wedding Styling present Miss Indian Beauty Pageant 2024.
De wedstrijd is toegankelijk voor meisjes en vrouwen waarvan minstens 1 biologische ouder van Indiase Hindoestaanse afkomst is. Ook moeten de deelnemers de Nederlandse nationaliteit hebben, geen kinderen hebben en ongehuwd zijn.
Aanmelden kan per direct. U kunt ook bellen op 06 848 52349. Mailen info@, romaweddingstyling.nl. Webadres romaweddingstyling.nl. Miss Verkiezing.
Inschrijfgeld en administratiekosten bedragen €25 per persoon.
Are you ready to be the next Miss Indian Beauty? Roma Wedding Styling present Miss Indian Beauty Pageant 2024.
En dan is het nu weer tijd voor een vol uur muziek en informatie op Radio SKS. Radio SKS.
Goedenavond luisteraars. Ik kan u vertellen, Gita is vandaag weer aanwezig. En die gaat vanavond gewoon verder voor de tweede keer in het Engels. Dan heeft ze alle tweede weken erop zitten. En dan gaat ze volgende week weer gewoon 1 keer in het Nederlands. En die week daarop gaat ze ook. Dus dan doet ze ook 2 weken achter elkaar Nederlands. Gita gaat beginnen met 1 keer in de maand is open huis. Is aan het laatste van de maand. Ze is aan het laatste van de maand en het is niet deze maand, het is de volgende maand. Dus u kunt er altijd bellen over het inloophuis en over het programma hier. En ze heeft het telefoonnummer, ik zal het heel langzaam opnoemen. Dat is telefoonnummer 06 16 28 7239. Ik zal het telefoonnummer nog even 1 keer herhalen. 06 16 28 7239. Misschien kunnen we het erop zetten ook nog. Dan is het misschien even makkelijker om te onthouden. Nou luisteraars, dan zou ik zeggen, geniet er vanavond van. En Gita, die gaat tot 9 uur aan de gang. Gita, brand maar los.
Dankjewel, Ria. Goedenavond, luisteraars. Goedenavond. Good evening, all those who are listening. Oké, vanavond doe ik het zoals Ria al zei in het Engels en de 2 weken daarna in het Nederlands. So, my dear listeners, this is Gita. Yesterday I thought, shall I repeat a little bit what I said the last time, and I guess it's better to do it. So, actually, what I'm doing is I have this Krishna book here. You don't have to become a Krishna Bhakt. That's not the purpose of this program. But Krishna is Lord. When I speak about Krishna, I speak about the Lord. Yes? But this Krishna book is very nice because we have a lot of stories in this. And these stories are not for show, but there are a lot of lessons for us to learn. That's why I'm reciting from this book, and that's why I'm telling the stories of this book. Like last week, what I did is I spoke about this very poverty-stricken Brahmana, Sudama, okay? And I told you that he was very poverty-stricken, but he was a self-realized Brahmana. That means he was so detached from material things. He was not attracted to all material things like wealth, etc., etc. And so because of he was poor and at the same time not attached to wealth, Krishna offered him a lot of money and he lived in a palace. And the Lord knew this man is not going to become arrogant. He's not going to become puffed up. That's why he got it. So that's a lesson to learn, you know. We can have everything and get everything for Krishna, but we have to use it in his service. Okay, that was last time. Today, I'm going to speak about chapter 1 of this Krishna book, and the title is The Advent of Lord Krishna. You know what the word advent means? Advent is the preparation. So Krishna is not yet born. This is the preparation stage up to his birth. That is called the Advent. Okay. So we will talk about all the actions that took place before the birth of Krishna. So many things happened before he was born. In chapter 3, this is chapter 1, and in chapter 3, that chapter is about his birth. And now we talk about the preparation. Now, the Lord, as Krishna, he appeared personally to this planet, to planet Earth. Can you imagine? We live here on planet Earth, and the Lord was also on this earth personally. Yes, that he appeared here in Dwapar Yuga. That is the 3rd Yuga. For you to understand, you know, there is a cycle of yugas. And one yuga contains, one cycle of yuga contains 4. It's very nice to know. The first yuga is the Satya Yuga. That's the yuga where people live 100,000 years and have a very good memory, and those people are pure. The consciousness is pure, and they remember everything. The second yuga, so after the Satya, we get Treta Yuga. That is the yuga of Lord Ram. And then we have the Dwapara Yuga, and this Krishna book took place in Dwapara Yuga. That is the 3rd yuga. People live 1,000 years. In Ram's Yuga, it was 10,000 years. And then now we live in Kali Yuga, and people might become 100 years old. But it could be less, what is often the case in Kali Yuga. So, Krishna personally appeared here on earth. And he displayed his pastimes. Where? I don't know if you've been to India, but there's 3 places which are very important. He was in Mathura, was in Vrindavan and he was in Dwarka. Those places are very important because there he displayed his pastimes. He was playing with gopis, gopas in Dwarka. He became Prince even, Krishna. And the question is, why? Why did he appear on earth? What's the reason for him? And when? When is he coming? Is he coming next year? Is he coming after 10 years? When is he coming and why? So the why, so there's a nice verse. There are 2 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, and I will read the translation to get an indication. Here is the answer. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, that means O Arjuna, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. So he said, actually, let's read the other one first. This is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 7. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Okay, and why? This is when? When does he come? And the why is the next verse, 4:8. It says, why? To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. That was quite difficult, so I put it in simple words. Krishna appears on planet Earth. Why? He comes here to protect. To protect the religious people, to protect the pious people, his devotees. But everybody who is pious need to be protected, because in these ages the demons are making a lot of nonsense. So that's the second reason. He comes here to protect the pious people. He comes here to kill the demons, and he comes here to re-establish Dharma. So what is Dharma? Dharma is the religious principles. Yes? You know, the more we go into the next yuga, like Satya, Treta, Dvapara, Kali, the more people get, are getting distance from religion. And the more they perform impious activities. So Dharma is meant to... Dharma is a set of rules, religious principles, but the people in those days, and nowadays it's much, much more in Kali Yuga, they are not interested in religion, not at all. There's a prominence of irreligious activities. And don't forget, because we all are so sinful, there is a heavy, huge load on sinful activities on Mother Earth. That's why he's coming. He comes here to minimize the load of sinful activities accumulated in this whole planet. So to make it less, and that's his reason to appear. Does he come himself? Somebody asked me once when I was giving a class. No. Krishna himself never leaves Vrindavan Dham, where he displays his pastimes with the gopis and the gopas. He never leaves Vrindavan. He remains there. And by the way, all these material things on earth is not his business. His business is not to take care of the material creation. So yes, then who appears? The one who appears is an expansion of Krishna, and that is Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is the one who is in charge of the material creation. So, and a nice thing to know is when he appears, he never appears alone. He always has his associates with him. You never will see Krishna alone on a picture when he is in Vrindavan. Okay, when he goes to bed maybe, but in general, when he's outside, there are always coward boys and coward girls around him, so he's always in association. That's why The Lord doesn't appear alone, but when he comes, he takes with him all the demigods. He takes with him all his expansions, all his incarnations. He takes with him all the Yuga avatars, the Man avatars. Everything comes together with him to Earth planet. Okay, what I said is, so Krishna came here for different reasons, to kill the demons, protect the devotees, and for Dharma. But there is one extra reason, and that is often not so, not so prominent, or people don't see it as a prominent reason, but very important reason is he comes actually to play like a coward boy with his gopis and gopas, to have a lot of fun, to make joy. He comes here to kill the demons. And it is very ecstatic. And these pastimes, this is called his pastimes. So he displays these pastimes. Why? To attract us. If you and to get an insight in the spiritual world. When you see the spiritual world, it is very peaceful, blissful. It is joyful, peace. There's always peace, and there is anxiety. You know what anxiety? Anxiety means you get distressed about something. That there's a lot of anxiety going on, because every day he kills demons. Every day before lunch, the Gopas say, Krishna, before lunch you have to kill a demon, and he's killing the demons, and they have a lot of fun. And that this anxiety is not the material anxiety which we experience, because we get distressed and we get angry. But there it is transcendental. It gives happiness. To give you an example, Krishna is naughty, a very naughty coward boy. He steals butter, always stealing butter from his mother, from the gopis, and so many times they came to Yashoda Maharani, his mother, and they complained about him. He's stealing our butter. Then Yashoda said, okay, now I will keep him at home. Then he will stop. And then they start to say, no, don't do that. Don't do it. So they act like they are angry, but it is more anxiety. It is transcendental love. So Krishna came here to show us how beautiful the spiritual world is. You don't have things like miseries, The whole life here is filled with miseries. We have three kinds of miseries. It's so nice to see, to read about it. We have miseries from our body. We call it in Sanskrit adiboitika, miseries of your own body. That means you get ill, you have headache, but miseries from other, that is worse, and that is adiboitika. Somebody is hurting you, is paining you, is neglecting you from others. And then adidaivika is miseries from the nature, like earthquakes and stormy weathers, etc., etc. So now I have to see where I can continue. Yeah, what happened is this very nice story. So Krishna comes to Earth, but there is a story behind it. There's a story behind it, and the story goes like this. Once it is the story about Bhumi, and Bhumi is the deity, god of the earth. The predominating deity of the earth is Bhumi. Bhumi once approached Lord Brahma, and she took the shape of a cow. And she come in front of Lord Brahma. And what did she say? I read this piece. It is so nice. Once the world was overburdened by the unnecessary defense force of different kings, who were actually demons, but were posing themselves as the royal order. At that time, the whole world became perturbed, and the predominating deity of this earth, known as Bhumi, went to see Lord Brahma to tell of her calamities due to the demoniac kings. Bhumi assumed the shape of a cow and presented herself before Lord Brahma with tears in her eyes. She was weeping just to invoke the Lord's compassion. She related the calamitous position of the earth, and after hearing this, Lord Brahma became much aggrieved, and he at once started for the ocean of milk, where Lord Vishnu resides. Lord Brahma was accompanied by all the demigods headed by Lord Shiva, and Bhumi also followed. Arriving on the shore of the Milk Ocean, Lord Brahma began to pacify Lord Vishnu, who had formerly saved the earthly planet by assuming the transcendental form of a boar. So it's a nice piece. So what it says is, this Bhumi, she went, that is the deity of the earth, predominated. She went to Lord Brahma and she said, "My dear Lord Brahma, look what the people are doing. Earth, I'm Mother Earth, but they are polluting me, they are exploiting me. And these demoniac kings, they look like royal kings in royal dresses, but they're demons. And they have to stop. They have to stop polluting the earth." And that's why she approached Lord Brahma. So Brahma went to Lord Vishnu, who lies on the ocean of milk. And that's where I stopped with the story. But let's see, there was one other item to mention. Yes, and it was not Brahma alone we went, but all the others, like Shiva and Indra, all the demigods, they went together with Brahma to speak to Lord Vishnu. So Vishnu, that is the expansion of Krishna, Vishnu lives at the ocean of milk, and they called him, the demigods called him, "Dear Lord Vishnu," but he didn't respond. Brahma understood, because the Lord will never respond directly, always indirectly. So Brahma understood. So Brahma, what he did is, he went into meditation. He was sitting in meditation. And then he heard a message what was transmitted, a message from Lord Vishnu to him. And that message came through the heart. So the others couldn't understand it, because it was to Brahma, and Brahma is very, very elevated soul. He could understand by feeling in his heart what the message was. And so Brahma then broadcasted the message to the demigods. And he said, I'm going to, what was the message? The message was, Vishnu said, "Listen, Lord Brahma, very soon, the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, will appear on earth. And he will bring all the demigods and the wives and the relatives, he will bring them all along to execute his mission." And his mission was to kill the demons, to protect the pious people. So, and to reestablish Dharma. And the message goes as follows further. And Krishna will come here as Vasudeva, as the son of Vasudeva. And all the demigods, they will be born in very rich and pious families. And also they have to execute the Lord's mission. And another thing is that Brahma also said, and listen, Maya will come with him as well. Yoga Maya is the Lord's energy, which drags us away from Krishna constantly, not close to Krishna, but away. She is the one who has a lot of tricks. Look at this. Shout at this person. Go and get some chocolate. Go and get some wine. Oh, 1 pack of cigarette is not good. Take 10 packs. That's Maya. Hoeveel tijd heb ik nog nu?
Nou, eens even kijken. Je zit op 2 minuten nog voor 8:30.
Ja, ik zou muziek draaien. Ja, want nu komt een verhaal.
Oké.
Mooie muziek voor onze luisteraars.
Ja.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Wat is een postbus? Hoe werkt het? Hoe vraag je hem aan en wat kost het? Eigenlijk.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Ja, ik ga even. Yes. Okay. We continue with the last thing I told you is about how Brahma went in meditation and Brahma got the message from the Lord, and I explained to you what the message was he got from Vishnu, and then he broadcasted that message to the demigods, to Shiva and all the others and Indra. And then Brahma took leave. He went to his abode, and his abode is Brahmaloka. You know, Brahmaloka is the highest, most highest material planet in the world, in the universe. That's Brahmaloka. So now, okay, these were the problems. This was happening before Krishna is being born, before Krishna's birth. But some others, a very popular story, pastime, also happened, took place before Krishna's birth, and that is the story about Kamsa. I don't know if you know who Kamsa is. Kamsa is a demon. He was in previous life, he also was a demon, and he came, and Vishnu killed him, and he came back as a demon. So Kamsa. The story is about how Kamsa wanted to kill baby Krishna who wasn't born yet, how he wanted to kill this baby Krishna in the womb of his mother. And you will understand also why. So the story goes as follows. Once Vasudeva, his son, Vasudeva, the son of Surasena, who was the king there, the king in the Yadu dynasty. Once Vasudeva, he married with Devaki, okay, and then they went on a chariot to the home of the bridegroom. That's the Indian culture. And while they were planning to ride, then Kamsa is a brother of Devaki, and Kamsa said, "Oh, my dear sister, can I accompany you? brothers, they always accompany their sisters when there's a marriage. Then the brothers go also to the in-laws. So I shall drive the chariot. So Kamsa became the chariot driver. And then it was very auspicious day, very auspicious moment. You have to imagine that Vasudeva married Devaki, and they're now riding on horses to the place of the in-laws. A lot of musical instruments in the sky. But now, suddenly a sound from the sky appeared. And what did this sound say? Kamsa, you're such a fool. You're driving the chariot of your sister and your brother-in-law. But you don't know that the 8th child of the sister will kill you. So, and that sound came from the sky. So Kamsa got very frightened. He thought, what? My sister here, I'm riding my sister to her in-law's place. What happens? My sister's son is going to kill me, the 8th son. So what he did is he caught hold of Devaki's hair. And, it was an auspicious day. It was the day of their wedding. He caught hold of her hair and he wanted to kill his sister. And then Vasudeva thought, it is an auspicious day. His sister is going to marry. What is this? He's a demon, but this is really not done. So Vasudeva started to speak to him and tried to pacify him. Vasudeva said, why do you want to kill your sister? You have to protect your sister. You can't kill your sister. And he also said, listen, today is such an auspicious day. We hear the drums and all the instruments in the sky. And the last thing he said is, Kamsa, why are you afraid for death? Everybody is going to die. And death is nothing else than transmigration of the soul. The soul migrates from one body to one body to one body to another body. But Kamsa is a demon. And what is the characteristic of demons? They never listen to good instructions. Never. That's their demoniac mentality. So, Vasudeva couldn't pacify Kamsa. But he thought, how can I save my wife? I just married her. How can I save her before Kamsa killed her? Because Kamsa was really desperate after hearing that he will be killed by the 8th son of Devaki. So then Kamsa started to think, and he thought, let me save Devaki. I don't think about the kids, the babies now, that is for the future, but at the present, my first duty is, how can I save my wife, Devaki? And later, when the sons are born, the kids are born, I will take care of them. Okay, that happened, and then that was what he was thinking about. So he spoke as follows. He said, listen, Kamsa, you have fear from your sister, but why? Because your sister is not going to kill you. Her son will kill you. So please consider this. Another thing he said, and the danger has to come from the sons, as I said, from the sons and the sons, they are not yet born. They have to come still. And who knows, we never get sons. So why can't you leave her? And then the last argument he said is, leave your sister. And there it comes. This is very important, because with this promise, so many bad things happened. The promise was, he said, if there are, this is Vasudeva speaking, he said to Kamsa, if there are any sons born of her, I promise that I shall present all of these sons to you for your necessary action. He promised that to give the children to Kamsa, and Kamsa could act with them as he likes. You see, that's the thing. You see, in so many stories, also in the Mahabharata, you will see how the Bhishma he also promised not to marry and to remain a brahmachari. So we have to be very careful with making strong promises. Okay, so but anyhow, this was his promise. So Kamsa was very pleased. He thought, okay, when he gets kids, he will bring them all to me. That's good. Now, Devaki gave birth to the first son. And, Vasudeva is such a pious, religious, honest man. What he did is he brought the first son to Devaki. He said, here you have this child. I promise to you, I'm a man of honor. Here you have this child. And Kamsa became so compassionate. He thought, oh no, why? And he said, why? No need to bring them to me. The 8th son will kill me. This is the first son. Please take away. You can go home with the son. And that's what he did. So Vasudeva couldn't believe it. He thought that he's a demon. How can he be so nice and so passionate? And Vasudeva thought, you can never trust demons. And see what happens. At the time that Vasudeva carried the baby back home, then Kamsa was visited by Narada Muni. I don't know if you know Narada Muni. Narada Muni is the son of Lord Brahma. And he travels all over the universe in a Veena? What is it? Hoe heet het? Je reist in de wereld. Hoe heet die auto's? Anyhow, I don't know. And he's always carrying a Veena. So Narada Muni came to Kamsa and he said, hey, listen, you gave that baby back to Vasudeva, but do you know that all these persons, these Vasudeva and Devaki and all the cover boys and Nanda Maharaj and all these relatives and friends of Krishna, they're already here on earth. They came disguised as demigods. They were born in rich families, but actually they are demigods. And Kamsa is afraid for demigods because one killed him in previous life. So, mind you, if all these coward boys, or if all these relatives are here, that means the Lord is soon coming. Wait, watch. So when Narad Muni told him this fact, Kamsa became so desperate. And what he did is, he said, I'm going to do something worse, but he didn't feel sorry for it. What he did is, he just brought them to prison, and he shackled them, in a chain. And they were prisoned. That's where they stayed, Devaki and Vasudeva. He just at once arrested brother-in-law and sister, and he put them behind the prison bars. And as I said, in the prison, he gave them shackles in iron chairs. What Kamsa did is he killed all the babies. Just right. Baby was born and he smashed them through the wall. And Devaki was crying and said, no, please don't do it. He smashed all the boys. And so all the babies were killed by him. There were 9 children. Devaki and Vasudeva had 9 children, 1 daughter and 8 sons. All of them were killed by Kamsa, except... Hoeveel tijd heb ik nog? Want ik ga naar afronding.
Het is 20:49.
20 uur, ja, ik ga naar afronding. Okay, except, 9 children, all the kids were killed by Kamsa, except the daughters, and except the sons, and the sons, the 7th son and the 8th son. And maybe that's difficult. What happened with the 7th son, that was Balaram. He wasn't killed, because what Krishna asked, when Balaram was in the womb of Devaki, Krishna called Yoga Maya. You know what Maya is? I told you already. It's the energy of the Lord which makes you do the not the right things, but the wrong things. A lot of cigarettes, a lot of sex, a lot of wine, a lot of chastising people. That's Maya. So he called Yoga Maya, and he said to Yoga Maya, please, this baby here, this 7th baby, please transfer this baby to the womb of Rohini. So the seventh baby was transferred from the womb from Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Who is Rohini? Is one of the other wives of Vasudeva. He has more wives. And that baby became Balaram, Shesha, Ananta Shesha. So nothing happened with that. And then the eighth one, were changed because the Lord said, listen, the eighth child, I will be the eighth child. But what you do, Yogamaya, is you take me as a baby, you take me and bring me as a baby to Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, Yashoda and Nanda, those were his foster parents, are there, and they will beget a daughter. So change them. You bring me to them, and you bring the daughter over here. So, and that's why baby Krishna has two kind of parents. His real parents, Vasudeva and Devaki. He was born from the womb of Devaki, but he was raised up by Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan. That's the exchange of the babies. So this is the story about the preparation before Krishna took birth. All these things happened. I don't know if you have questions, but at this moment I can't answer the questions. But what I would advise you is to try to read something. It doesn't have to be the Krishna book, but to have some more balance and peace in your life. You know, before I became more conscious of the Lord and spirituality, I never had been spiritual inclined. Never. Yes, a little bit, but not so much. But what I started to do is, when I lie in my bed, I take a book, and it doesn't matter what kind of book. You can read a book about Shiva or about Durga or about Kali. Just take one spiritual book and read only one page or one verse, and that will give you relief when you go to sleep. Okay, this is it. Thank you so much.
Hoe is het gegaan voor je gevoel?
Het is misschien veel informatie, maar veel mensen... in het Nederlands? Oh.
Ja, dat kan je nu best wel in het Nederlands ook doen. Want je gaat volgende week gewoon lekker in het Nederlands aan de gang.
Het is veel informatie, maar het is wel informatie die mensen gewoon moeten weten. En velen hebben iets gehoord ervan. Dus het is niet
ze mogen nu ook gaan bellen hier.
Ze mogen,
Dus willen ze wat weten?
Ja.
Kunnen ze dat via jouw nummer zelf? Ja. Of Sunel, is het dan de bedoeling dat het gewoon op... Oké, maar ja, ik dacht we gaan het nu een beetje aankondigen vast voor de volgende week. Maar volgende week is het gewoon allemaal in het Nederlands.
Ja. En als mensen vragen hebben, ze kunnen me erover bellen. Ik kan ze ook ik kan die vragen ook behandelen hier. Hè?
Ja.
Dus dan kan ik daarmee beginnen. Voor ik met een klas begin, kan ik gewoon even die vragen kort behandelen. Hè?
Ja, en je kan dus volgende maand, want je hebt nog geen datum van wanneer ze bij je terecht kunnen. Hè?
Dat nog buiten de uitzending.
Oké. Dus dan gaan we het nu gewoon afsluiten, Sune?
Ja.
Oké.
Ja, want dat zijn
dan zou ik zeggen, Gita, je hebt het vanavond weer aardig gedaan.
Dank je wel.
Is het goed verlopen voor je gevoel?
Ja.
Oké.
Ja.
Dan zien we je volgende week weer.
Ik heb alleen het gevoel dat ik te veel praat en te veel zeg, maar dat is mijn rol hier.
Dat hoort erbij, hè?
Dat is mijn rol, hè? En daarom heb ik liever dat ik interactie heb met mensen.
Dat begrijp ik volkomen.
Dan ben ik geen college aan het geven en een praat papagaai.
Maar we geven het nu lekker door aan Sune. Ja. Sune, kan je lekker aan de gang gaan.